I came across with a tweet whereby the guy, a girl broke up with the guy, and the guy insisted that she returns all the gifts she has gotten. And somebody else replied and said, "Okay, it's okay. The guy too should return all what the girl has given to him." And then there was chaos in the comment section.
Yeah. If a gift has passed on,
yeah,
as envisaged under a deed of gift, it can't go back.
It can't go back
to the gift.
But wherever you're going, I mean, if you're traveling outside the country, and then what happens when there's a snowstorm?
Yeah, so I mean, those are generally called acts of God.
Welcome to a very special holiday edition of the Clause and Effect Show with Jumi and JT, the smart conversational law podcast where fine print is turned into clear conversations. It's Christmas season, and this episode is titled 12 Clauses of Christmas, Legal Lessons for the Season. Now, when most people think about Christmas, they think about the gifts, the carols, the food, and family. But me, I can't help but see the law hiding behind the tinsel, because let's face it, every Christmas tradition has a legal angle. Think about it. Santa is basically in breach of privacy laws every time he checks who is naughty or nice. And you know when you hear the song is checking on who is naughty or nice? Holiday bonuses, that's an employment law minefield. And don't even get me started on the legal nightmare of Christmas parties. I mean, Christmas office parties. So in the spirit of Christmas,
we've unwrapped 12 festival clauses. You can call them gifts.
Yes.
Each one is a legal lesson that is wrapped in Christmas cheer. And what we want to do is to go into them today and see what clauses for the season. So grab your hot tea. We know it's cold out there. And settle in and listen to today's episode.
Yeah, so let's start with the first clause. This is titled the gift clause. Holidays are about giving, but legally, gifts comes with strings. For small items, no one cares, but bigger gifts like properties or monies, tax authorities might get interested. And don't let me get started on 2026 that is being called the tax year. But if you are giving a gift with conditions, you can there is stating that you can only keep the car only if you pass your bar exams or your bar finals. I mean, that's not really a gift anymore. Generosity is wonderful, but if the gift is big, make sure that it is properly documented. I mean,
and what you do in this regard is that for a gift clause, or for the gifting as a commercial relationship, if we are to put it that way, it's done via a deed of gifts.
Yes.
Right. Which says there's one and the gifter and the giftee, if we can coin that word. You can have conditions like you mentioned that, this gift passes on to you when you pass your exam. So if you don't pass your exam, unfortunately, the gift doesn't pass. What now happens is that, or what people should also cast their mind to, is that if a gift has passed on as envisaged under a deed of gift, it can't go back.
It can't go back
to the gifter.
Because I've heard of scenarios whereby a boyfriend dating a girlfriend, and then somebody calls it quits, and then the boyfriend is asking, return all the things I've given you as gifts. I mean, because I came across with a tweet whereby the guy, a girl broke up with the guy, and the guy insisted that she returns all the gifts she has gotten. And somebody else replied and said, "Okay, it's okay. The guy too should return all what the girl has given to him." And then there was chaos in the comment section. I can't even start mentioning what I read because it was so funny and hilarious. So now to the second clause, which is the party clause.
Yeah, the party clause, it's the season where everyone is having Christmas parties.
Yeah, one party or the other. Office
you
parties.
Have your office parties where you close out for the year and all of that. There are certain instances where, things happen in this kind of settings.
Especially at night.
Yeah, at night. Of course, we can't mention the specific instances, but the question then is, who bears liabilities for issues like this, right? Employers have to be careful in terms of setting clear policies as to what happens and who bears liability. And to put it much more simply, if you attend a party on behalf of your employer, your employer is liable for whatever happens to you.
Yes.
So employers have to set clear-cut policies, on maybe harassment, issues like that, and protect the employee as much as they can in this instance.
So now to the third clause, which is called the bonus clause. nothing says Christmas like bonus. I mean, when you hear Christmas, people think about the 13th month salary, the end of the year bonus, oh, my office bonus, and this and that. But what the law asks is bonus contractual or is it discretionary? I mean, if your employment contract says that, okay, you're entitled to bonus, or is it a yearly tradition, or is it enforceable if your employer decide that, okay, this year we didn't really make so much money, and then there's no bonus for any employee? I mean,
what usually happens with bonuses, and you know, for a lot of companies, is that they leave it at the discretion of management.
Yes.
So, you know, look at your contract again if you care about bonuses.
So before you bank on that extra cash, please look at your contract again. So, and to the fourth clause, we have the travel clause.
Yeah. So I mean, it's the season of travel, right? We are all flying to different locations.
He said we. They are all flying.
I imagine some people. I am going back to my hometown.
For
the holidays.
Okay.
And you know, it's also in these instances of heavy traffic that you have instances where you get delayed by your airline.
Yeah, where flights get cancelled.
Where flights get cancelled and all of that. So you also, as a customer, you want to cast your mind to how you are protected in terms of refunds.
Yeah, being a consumer.
Being a consumer. Some of the FCCPC guidelines and for the airlines, the NCAA Consumer Protection Guidelines permit or allow you to claim refunds when your flights are cancelled. So you should also cast your mind to that in terms of how you move during the period.
Yeah, okay. And now to the fifth clause, we have the Santa clause. Yeah, that's a clause 5. And you know, the way the song says, Santa makes a list and checks it twice. Lawyers should also do the same with their contracts. Verbal promises are slippery as snow, because I mean, when you make a verbal promise to someone, what if the person decides that, okay, no, I'm not doing it again? I mean, how are you going to?
It's a he said,
she said, he said thing, exactly. So ensure that whatever contracts you're signing this period is checked correctly and checked twice to avoid disappointment. I mean, even if Santa can check his list twice just to ensure that he's giving the gift to the accurate person, why not you? There is an actual human being. I don't know if Santa is an actual human being, but then, please. So now to the sixth clause, which is the decoration clause.
Yeah, so well, it's the season where people are creating designs, using their intellect. It's a season for people who create decorations.
Christmas decors, like design.
Which then beggars the question: what are the forms of protection you have over things you create in this period?
Yeah, that comes down to, I think, IP.
Previous episode, we talked about IP.
Intellectual property.
Intellectual property are things you create over designs like this. So you may want to also cast your mind to that.
Yeah, so before your office copies a festive jingle ad, please ensure that they are copying from the right source and they have the consent to actually copy. And now to the seventh clause, which is the food clause. Nothing brings people together like food. I mean, food is actually just like money. Food is how will I put it now? It's everything everybody understands, whether literate or not. So whatever you are eating this period whatever you are cooking this period as a restaurant, as a caterer, ensure that everything is detailed to avoid being sued for food poisoning and a whole lot of things. And now to the eighth clause, we have the online shopping clause.
Yeah, so I mean, it's also a season of Black Fridays.
That's true.
Discounts. It's the end of the year. Stores are trying to remove all their inventory and giving you discounts. So one thing you should cast your mind to as a customer is that, you know, the products you get, you are sure of the quality. And also you also want to cast your mind to, if they are giving you such a heavy discount and the product is defective, you have a right to reclaim. They wouldn't get away with that, essentially. So that's part of the things you should cast your mind to.
And now to the ninth clause, we have the privacy clause. So the privacy clause, when you notice that your inbox gets flooded with festive sales emails, I mean, there's Christmas discounts here and there and all of that, but ensure that you are not misusing customers' mails or their personal data and selling it off to another party. I mean, privacy is a gift worth wrapping tight.
And you know, like we talked on one of our previous episodes, it's a case of if you are aware of your rights and it's been abused, you also have some recourse in that regard. So you may complain to the NDPC if you feel that, or rather, before escalating to the NDPC, you may enforce your right to be forgotten and ask someone to delete you from their system.
Yeah. And so now to the 10th clause, we have the charity clause. I know holidays inspires giving, especially when it's Christmas, and then there's always fundraisers everywhere, pop-ups everywhere. And before you as a fundraiser, before you give money to the NGO, be sure that the NGO is not a scam. So that you people know, so both you, the giver, and the person on the receiving end will not be paraded by the government as being fraud. Because yes, exactly. So be sure that what you are checking, that what you are giving does not end up funding a scam.
True. Because what so happens also is that NGOs or charity organizations in Nigeria are regulated by the SCUMO, that's the Special Control Against Money Laundering Unit of the EFCC. So please exercise extra care in how you carry out your charitable activities.
And so now to clause 11, we have the weather clause. I know a lot of you want to travel and all of that, especially when people have booked their flights and all that, so to go to the Dubai. No, this is winter. It should be winter now, so by December, so they can't go to the Bahamas or the Caribbean. But wherever you're going, I mean, if you're traveling outside the country, and then what happens when there's a snowstorm?
So I mean, those are generally called acts of God. So it's when your service provider will typically kick in the force majeure clause. So if you are a service provider too, you should cast your mind to those things to protect yourself. Do you have a force majeure clause in your service contract? If you are a catering person for an event, and well, we don't have snow in Nigeria, but something breaks out that's
maybe rain or
I mean rain is harmattan, so
it's harmattan season,
you may not be affected, but anything that's out of your control happens, you are protected by the force majeure clause.
That's true. And now to the final clause, we have the family clause. What do you think about the family clause? I mean, holiday brings families together. I mean, people who travel down from the south, from the east and west to go and meet their village people. Village people. That sounds there are two definitions of village people. So please, but sometimes the thing is, when it comes to bringing people together, disputes arise, maybe in terms of inheritance or family property. Who is getting this? Who is getting what? Who is getting whatever it is? And then maybe the head of the family dies, and there's a dispute concerning the estate or wills of the person. I mean,
which is why it's important that even in our familial relationships, for family, if you are maybe a matriarch or a patriarch, and you want to bestow something to your family, and you are in the spirit of giving, deeds of gifts while you're alive are good. You may also want to use your will to sort of dispose of your estate after you're gone.
Well, people think that is when they are very old that they can write their will.
No, it's not necessary.
Or maybe even the fear of death or something like, when they hear will, they hear death. I mean, they think death. But it's not like that. So anyone can write their will, as long as you have a lot of properties that you need to be controlled and not just giving out or shared carelessly. I mean, you should create your will. Okay, so thank you very much on this episode, and that is a wrap on our 12 clauses of Christmas. From gifts to families to office parties, we have seen how law sneaks his way into every corner of the holiday season. Some of it is serious, some is light-hearted, but all of this is a reminder that Christmas comes once a year. Legal lessons are year-rounded, so whether you are drafting contracts, hosting a holiday party, or enjoying your vacation in any location around the world, remember, the best gift you can give yourself this season is a little legal awareness. Thank you for joining us on this festive season on Clause and Effects, the Smart Conversational Law Podcast. May your holidays be merry, your contracts be clear, and your disputes be few. Just a little, just very few. I mean, not too much. So that lawyers can eat as well. If you enjoyed today's episode, hit the subscribe button and share it with a friend who loves a good legal laugh. If you have any questions or even feedback, kindly send it our way via our mail address, clauseeffects.ceo@gmail.com. You will see it just below on the screen. Until next time, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and here is to a legally sound and tax-paying New Year. Yes, 2026, we are all paying tax. Cameraman behind it, you are paying tax next year. I hope you're ready. Yes, we are all going to be paying taxes in 2026. So brace up. Until then, bye.
Bye. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.